had over 1 million items come in through the door, and wow, our heads are going to pop off.
That's incredible.
Wow. That's amazing.
That's so good. You know, and I should quickly introduce you, Hayley, to the folks on your screen. You know a lot of these folks already. Mandy, you know from the art, from
Hi,
her
babe.
art,
So
and
good
also
to
from the
see
show.
you.
Yes.
And Russ played
There's
guitar
Russ,
on all the shows you were on.
Nice
And
to
of
see you.
course, Jim Button, as
Yes,
good looking
Jim.
as he was
Hi,
before.
Hayley.
Yes. How are you? Good to see you.
Nice to see you as well.
And
Thanks
Dave
for all you're
long
doing.
hair. I'm good, thanks. Yeah, I'm good.
That's great. I think I'm gonna do my beard on Monday. I want to look like Dave on the bottom.
That's awesome.
And so, you know, Hayley, my hair looked exactly like yours about 24 hours ago.
That's amazing. Good on you. The buzz cut. The earphones fit, I guess. It's a nice look.
Now, you have spent your life on teams and understanding teams and teamwork. How does this approach, like even with Ryan Reynolds, you're the person who's like assembling teams. How does this thing feel to you as far as teamwork goes?
Well, it's been unbelievable because we, you know, like I was saying, like everything I've done in hockey, I use in medicine in the emergency room. Like when a trauma comes in, you're like, you know, teamwork, you got to think fast. You're under pressure. The only thing is the stakes are a lot higher in medicine. But the other thing with this project is it's like the people that have come together, it's like about 50 key folks, and they're all like really successful business types or doctors or med student type people. Everybody just has taken on a role. So I call myself like the keyboard warrior with Ryan over here, just kind of trying to, you know, always, you know, hit up people and ask for favors and things like that. And then we have some people that design the website. We have Jamie Campbell from Sportsnet drove 8 hours yesterday up to Timmins with a truckload of stuff, just dropping it at hospitals along the way.
Great.
You know, we've had like firefighters drive down from hours outside Toronto to take stuff. Like just, you know, people are just digging in every way that they can. So I played on Team Canada. It was a great team, but now I feel like it's the true Team Canada, like 37 million of us trying to get through this together. And it's been amazing, but fortunately, Ryan just had a box of aviation gin show up at my door, so I'm set for a few weeks.
You do not need to leave the house now.
Yeah, so I can nurse that for a while, but
that's amazing.
It's been a total Canadian effort, you know, just like only Canadians would have done something like this.
Totally.
Well, Mandy Stobo, as you know, has been doing a lot of her own art to recognize Canadians throughout this crisis. And today, she and the rest of us thought you deserve to be our hero and our helper and get the Mandy Stobo official painting out. Mandy, why don't you talk us through?
All right. Well, this one's for you, Hayley, but I did modify it for the current times.
That's basically my look. Yeah.
You are such an incredible hero, and we are just so lucky as a country, as a community, and as people to have people like you doing what you can. You're just amazing. So thank you so much.
Oh, thanks. That's very cool. Thank you very much. And, I have to say, you wear those things for hours on end. They're so annoying, those masks. So having to wear them for 10, 12 hours a day. But thank you very much. That's awesome. You did a great job.
Thanks, Sunny.
Did you see, Hayley, did you see there's a lad, young guy, he's like in grade 6 or 7, who invented a piece that goes on the back to keep it away from the back of your ears. Yeah.
Is he the boy out in Okotoks? I was wondering.
I'm not sure. I'll have to look it up, but he just prints them off on his own printer. You know?
Yeah, that's so cool. I was a young guy out in Okotoks. I think he was doing either face shields or ear savers, but those things are really important because those masks really make your ears raw when they sit on there all day long. Mm-hmm. So, you know, things that you don't think about till you actually start wearing them, right?
Yeah.
And we know how busy you are. So before we let you go, what is your sense of the front lines? You're there in hospitals. How are they doing? Is there anything else we can do, or how do the people at the front feel?
You know what? I just got off the phone with my friend, Dr. Jeff Shaw out in Calgary. He was on the news the other day talking about folks that if you're sick at home and you're afraid to come to hospital, please come because the hospitals can handle you. So we were just talking about this exact thing, and I asked him how it's been out in Calgary, and it's very quiet. So which is a great thing. I think the volumes of COVID cases are incredibly low right now in the hospitals in Calgary, which is great. Which means that what everybody's doing, staying at home and flattening the curve, is working, and we have to keep doing this. Like, we can't have a false sense of security. But I do want to say that, I think the people coming into the hospital, it's way down 20-30%, if not more. But there are, I think, people that are staying at home that aren't feeling well that should go to hospital. So if you aren't feeling well, please go. They can handle you. It is very safe to go to the hospital right now and to get help. So that would be like the message. But I think everybody is sort of still bracing for this surge that we all are wondering if it's coming. And I'm kind of having some optimism that maybe we aren't really going to see the surge that they're predicting. So it's early days, but we still have a ways to go.
Fingers crossed, right? This is the between the first and second period where Hayley stands up and says, "All right, you guys, this is what we're doing. Just relax."
I feel like we've been tied 1-1. We're going into overtime here, so it's like time to drink some Gatorade and regroup.
Drink some aviator gin.
Yeah, in that case, the gin. I've switched. I'm not playing anymore. It doesn't matter.
Finally, we get to the real medicine. Now we're talking.
Here we go.
Oh, well, you're tremendous. And I know you're such a busy person. So thanks for finding the time to chat with us. And all of us at Calgary and across the country are so grateful. Thank you so much, Hayley.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Dave. And hi to everybody in Calgary. And my family, my son, they're all back in Calgary. I can't get on a plane to get home to see them. So I'm missing everybody out in Calgary. But thanks for everything you guys are doing.
You're awesome.
Thanks, Hayley.
Thanks, Hayley.
All right.
We'll
Now, this is the smooth part. You have to hang yourself up. This is how this works. So once you do that. Okay. Thanks, Hayley.
Bye, guys.
Thanks,
Take care.
Hayley.
See ya.
Bye.
Oh, she executes well. Look at that. She's one of our better hanger-uppers.
She's amazing.
Not only is she doing a lot for our country, a tremendous hanger-upper.
She executes well.
Okay, so now that everyone understands what we're doing, Hayley Wickenheiser has one technology, and we're going to keep using it, but then we're going to flip over when we call Corb Lund. But this is how good Rob is. He's got 2 Phillips screwdrivers, some RCA cables, and some toothpaste.
All the tape in the world.
But you know what? Before we go see Corb Lund, wait a minute. It's coming in loud and clear. Is there any crafts we can do? Does anyone know if there's craft? Mandy, do you know?
I'm looking.
You know what, Dave? I do. Welcome, everyone, to Mandy's Stobo Craft Time on
Oh, my God.
Today is Friday, and do I ever have something special for you? Can you guys try and get me over my earbuds?
You bet. Not a problem.
Where did she go?
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Oh, wait. It's still dark.
That never gets old. Oh, is it old? Is it dark?
It's very...
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Now we got you. Oh, hi.
Wow. Okay. Oh, that never gets old. What a fun journey that is. All right. So today we're doing something super, super special, you guys. I don't know if you've noticed on the news, but there's a few stories about kids and families doing kind of a neighborhood scavenger hunt where families put things in the windows and kids on their walks with their families have to go find it. And it gives a lot of joy and a lot of love to your community and to everyone that's kind of going through this. So today we're going to do that with Mandy Clouds and Hearts. So you guys ready?
Oh, go.
Yes, we are.
Awesome. So you want to get some string or ribbon, something. This is the only wrapping ribbon that I've had for the last 12 years. So that's what we're using today. So you want to leave a little bit of space. I cut out some Mandy Clouds, as you can see.
Yes.
So I want to do about 10 of these, but we'll just show you one. I've got my hot glue gun going right here. So just kind of a little bit down so you can hang it. You just want to put a little bit of glue on the ribbon and then put your cloud. Oh no, it burnt the ribbon.
Powerful glue.
So maybe don't use birthday wrapping ribbon and hot glue, but essentially you're gonna just make a little bit of a rainbow or hearts coming off the clouds. So you're going to want to make a giant little string kind of like this. Do you guys see that?
Yes,
Oh,
we
yeah.
do.
Yeah. And so if at the end, when it's all glued together and you have about 4 or 5 of them, it makes a bit of a curtain of hearts and clouds, which then can, spread a little joy in your neighborhood. So I really am excited to put these up. I also want to put them up on the door.
Yeah.
I know that there's an initiative. Our good friend Jeffrey, who was on the show, started an initiative to decorate doors, and I think he calls it I Adore Calgary or something. I Adore YYC. It's very clever. So it is a good time to, show that love in your neighborhood while we're still social distancing. So as you can see, we're just going to keep doing that. I'll send you guys a photo of like all of them when they are in the window on a curtain. How's that?
Well,
It's pretty
can't
fun,
wait to see
hey?
that.
That's fantastic.
Isn't it nice?
Yeah, it's
It'll
well
be
done.
nice when
Again,
it's not all
Mandy,
glued together.
you keep pulling them out of the hat. Well done.
Yeah, pulling out of somewhere. Here, let's make this a little nicer. All right, so you guys get it, and I will post a picture of them all over my window indoors later today. Back
Looking
to
forward
you.
to it.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll call you back.
You know what I want to learn? I want to learn the Mandy move when she says welcome, because she kind of does this with her hands. I'm not sure what that move is.
And then she does one of these, right?
Yeah, it's like
Mandy Stobo.
Yeah, it's good. I don't know how she does it.
I do. See, these are going to be great when they're in the window. I'm very excited. I want to see. You don't like them?
I love them.
It's like a kite. The cloud's a kite with those little ribbons they used to tie them to slow them down a bit.
Yeah,
Just slow them down.
Exactly.
Because kites get going
too
too fast.
Be so beautiful.
Dave, it's like you've never kited before.
Kididled. Oh, I've kited.
I'm so excited about this one. So I want to see those in your houses, you guys.
Now, at the very beginning, if folks joined us late, we should comment that not only is my hair a lot different, but we raised $1,500 for kids' cancer care over this last 24 hours. So we want to say a big thank you to everyone who contributed, and what a great time we've had.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun to watch. How's it feel today?
Oh, well, like I was saying, Tess says hates it. She goes, "You look old." John likes that there's still a tail at the back that we haven't quite dealt with. Blythe looked at it and said, "Man, there's a lot of things sticking out there." And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess so." So we do have some repair work to do, but I didn't have to brush it this morning or comb it or anything, so that was good. So wasn't Jocelyn our cancer kid, our spokes kid yesterday? Jocelyn,
she was a cutie. What a cutie.
And a great reminder for all of us that isolation is something that, I don't want to complain much when you realize what some people have to go through. So,
that's why Trace and I are trying to raise all that money for that pediatric psychosocial oncology, because kids like Jocelyn, they fall so far behind. They have such a challenging time, and there's not enough research to be able to build programs to help them out. So once this whole COVID mess is out of the way, I'll start getting back on that fundraising trail.
That's awesome. It's so worth it and so good. And speaking of news, before we go see Corb Lund and talk music with him, we should chat quick. Rusty, you've been working on music all week, and suddenly you got something to release. Tell us a bit about it.
Yeah, well, I was contacted by Jason McCoy from the Roadhammers about a week ago about a pretty large-scale project involving artists from all over the world to contribute to a song he wrote called We Are One. And today's the official release day.
Yay!
And we have artists from Greece to Australia to India to France to all over the States and all over Canada. We have Ed from the Bare Naked Ladies. We have Gordy from Big Sugar. Ton of amazing people. And it's interactive. So there's a website called wearenumber1world.net. And you can download the song. You can download a vocal list version, and you can film yourself singing it and post that. You can download the tracks and do your own remix. So it's completely interactive. And it's all raising funds for COVID relief. So,
I listened to it this morning. It was so good.
Yeah,
he wrote a really inspired song. And sometimes when a song is that strong and that good, you just sort of let it lead you where it leads you, you know. And
Yeah.
but it was an immense amount of work, and they finished the video at about 6 o'clock this morning and uploaded it. So
Amazing.
it's pretty crazy. Yeah, and
if you want, the link will be wherever the link shows up.
It's on our feed. Yep.
Yeah, there'll be a link.
We have people sending in vocal tracks on expensive microphones, and some people saying it's their phones, and we made it all work. So it's all about the energy, you know, and it's great. So it's a great thing to be a part of, and hopefully we can raise some awareness and raise some spirits, and just remind everyone
and find some new musicians. You're gonna find a Justin Bieber in this one.
So we know that the internet is still meaningful. It's still beautiful, but the question, of course, is it still funny? I don't know.
I think it is.
Dude.
Well.
Yeah. Mandy, what do you have to say? You don't think it's funny anymore, Mandy?
Well, no, I just wanted to talk about our coloring page today.
Oh, yes.
It's a homage to my good friend Jim Button and his beard before he loses his beard. So I really hope that everyone, colors it a lot and makes the internet even more funny.
Yes.
Jim, well done, Mandy. Thank you very much.
Nice.
I'm gonna miss this, baby. I've had this beard ever since I got cancer. I stopped shaving, so this will be a big exciting moment for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
And for the right reason. Okay, the internet. It is funny, and I think I go for these isolated walks, and across the street I run into people I know, and they're usually parents. Pete Ems ran into him the other day,
nice.
Small town DJs, and there are conversations. Every parent with a kid, there are conversations around homeschooling and how challenging that is. So I've got a couple that fit into that, and a couple that lead you into the weekend. So let's try our first one here, Mandy and Rob. Yes. See, this is what's happening probably. This is what quarantine drinking game. Every time you hear, Mom, take a drink. Just kidding. Don't do that. You'll probably die.
It's so good.
I think so.
This one is so good too.
And the Oprah, you get to homeschool and you get to homeschool. Everybody gets to homeschool. I thought that was pretty good too. I was a little late off the mark because that one could have been earlier and at the beginning.
Yeah.
When people weren't quite sure what they were getting into. And are you able to run the video on this one?
I'm not sure if it does the sound, but you guys want to try it out?
Let's try it out.
Let's go.
There.
Working from home.
Is it working on the sound?
No music.
Oh.
There.
No? All right.
So,
we'll post this.
It's 5 o'clock and he starts.
That's so good.
So that was just to let everybody know. If you don't know, it's Friday at 5 o'clock. You can dance like that guy.
Who needs dance?
It's 5 o'clock.
He's hard at work. Business meeting.
From home. It's 5 o'clock. Sends his last email.
5 o'clock.
Oh, yes. Whole new look. I just love his dance. Dancing into the weekend.
Amazing.
So there you go. The internet is still funny. It has been proven yet again.
Oh, okay. So now this is where we blow up the internet, because we're going to attempt to go from a FaceTime type look to a Facebook type look and keep the whole show going. Rob has been sweating about this all night.
Yes, he has.
And so folks at home, this is very exciting. It may work, and we might just start show number 2 in about 5 minutes, but hopefully it does. My question for the group is, all right. And then do I start the video chat, Robbie, or what do I do? Tell me what you want me to do, Rob. I'm hanging up.
Join on Facebook. Bye, everybody. See you in a bit.
Goodbye.
I'm here.
I'm here. Wait a minute.
And look at that. Corb Lund is in there too. Wow. This was crazy. Now I know how you feel, Mandy, when you switch over.
This is so nice. Corb, can you hear?
Corby, how's it
Can't
going?
hear you, Mandy.
Oh. He's got.
I can hear Corb.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's live now.
This is my favorite part where we all get to go, can we hear each other? Are you there? This should be its own drinking game where we're all like, can you hear anything? Is this working? No. Now imagine if Corb decides now is the time to take his pants off. That would not work, would it? Hey, Corb, can you hear us okay?
Yeah.
Oh, Corb Lund. We're so glad you could join us. Thanks for being here.
Sure.
So I know this is because I did some serious digging, Corb. Folks that know you obviously know, great singer, lots of awards, Juno awards. I heard that you were going to make your Grand Ole Opry debut had the COVID not shown up. Is that true?
Yeah. That's true.
I thought so. Fact. Also, new album coming out, available June 26th. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, it was just come out in April. Now we pushed it back to June. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I mean, I'm not sure if anyone's ever released a record into a global pandemic before. So. I'm not really sure. We were on tour in the States about a month ago. We had a 4-month tour lined up, and then we did about 10 days of it, and it all went sideways. So I don't really know when we're going to be touring again. And the record comes out in June, so we won't be able to tour to support it. So, and I also heard that everybody's watching Netflix and not listening to music anymore. So I don't really know what's going to happen with it.
I wouldn't. I would listen to Corb.
It turned out pretty well as far as records go. We put a ton of work into it. It's called Agricultural Tragic, which is also my sort of like subgenre that I play.
Now, speaking of agriculture, most of us are city folk. What is it like in the rural community with the COVID thing going on? How is it out there?
It's not really. It doesn't really change things all that much because rural people sort of think in terms of preparation all the time anyway. Because like, my mom grew up on a ranch 20 miles from town, and we get so much snow near Cardston that it could be snowed in for 3 weeks, just
So
any given winter. So it's kind of like. I don't think, and we have a lot more space. I'm not sure what it would be like to be stuck in a 2-bedroom condo for all this. If you work outside and you have space, it doesn't really affect you as much.
I know you're going to sing us a tune, but before we do, I just want to say that a year or a bit over a year ago, we had Ian Tyson join us for a show, and he speaks so highly of you and his partnership with you, and it's just tremendous to see the two of you when you're together. So thanks for being such a great friend to such a legend.
Yeah, he's a beauty. He's I was kind of scared the first time I met him because whatever.
Yeah.
But he's been real great to me. He's been a sweetheart for years. We've played a lot of shows together, and we toured a lot. We played a really cool one last fall with the Edmonton Symphony.
That's right.
It was really special, and like he's 84, 85 now, and he's still he gets tired easier. But when the show time comes, he brings it. He was awesome. He really cool.
Yeah. He intimidates the heck out of me too. Every time I'm around him, I think he's just gonna bark, and I'm just gonna start to cry. I can feel it coming.
Yeah.
So he's great.
I think part of it is like. Kind of a defense mechanism after 65 years in the public eye, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he can turn it on and off,
Yep, he sure can.
He told me once we were at the Country Music Awards together and the Canadian Country Music Awards and doing all the schmoozing and stuff, and he told me I had to work on my slide out. He means like get the hell out of there a little quicker.
Hey, but look you're going to play us a tune. What were you thinking of doing?
Well, normally I'd play a song off a new record, which I should be plugging. It's called Agricultural Tragic. But I got a song from my 2 records ago that's quite appropriate for these times. So it's called Getting Down on the Mountain.
Well, that's awesome. Let's hear our friend Corb Lund.
When the oil stops, everything stops, nothing left in the fountain. Nobody wants paper money, son, so you just install counting. Can you break the horse? Can you light the fire? I said, I beg your pardon. You better start thinking where your food comes from, and I hope you tend the good garden. Getting down on the mountain, getting down on the mountain. You wanna be around when the shit goes down. I'll be getting down on the mountain. When the trucks don't run, the bread won't come. Have a hard time finding the petrol. Water ain't running in the city no more. Do you hold any bread metal? Can you gut the fish? Can you read the sky? What's that about overcrowding? You ever seen a man whose kids ain't 8 for 17 days and counting? Getting down on the mountain, getting down on the mountain. You wanna be around when the shit goes down? I'll be getting down on the mountain. There ain't no heat, the power's gone out, the kerosene lamp in Kansas. The roads are blocked, it's all gridlocked. You got a shortwave handle. Can you track a deer? Can you dig the well? I couldn't find your answer. I think I see a rip in the social fabric. Brother, can you pass the ammo? Getting down on the mountain, go on the ground on the mountain. Wanna be around when the shit goes down. I'll be getting down on the mountain. The old stop, everything stops, nothing left in the fountain. Nobody wants paper money, son, so you just work on counting. Can you break the horse? Can you light the fire? I couldn't find your answer. I think I see a rip in the social fabric. Brother, can you spare some ammo? We're getting down on the mountain, getting down on the mountain. You wanna be around when the ship goes down? I'll be getting down on the mountain, getting down on the mountain, getting down on the mountain. You wanna be around when the ship goes down? I'll be getting down on the mountain, going around on the mountain. Yeah.
Right on, man. That's great.
I've been giving Instagram prep tips about how you can eat your neighbor's cat, stuff like
that. So a new cookbook in the works.
Only in a pinch. Yeah. only in the direst of emergencies.
Agricultural Tragic is the CD that's coming out. We want to make sure people know. Corb, you're a great, not only a great writer, I just find you wildly funny. So that's a serious plus. Well done, my friend. Thanks for being part of this. And there's a million great songs of yours out there, but we want to make sure Agricultural Tragic people get off on as soon as they can.
Yeah, it turned out pretty good. We just started our tour. We did Texas, New Mexico, Colorado, and Wyoming, and then we had to stop and come home. So we'll pick it up again in the fall.
That's great. Well, that's so awesome. Now, usually, and I know this is a dream come true, Corb, usually at the end of the show, Russ plays a tune, and me and Mandy dance, and the rest just sort of bop along. So feel free. It's a good 15 seconds of incredible Russ music. So feel free to do what you want, and then the show is going to end. Are we ready for this?
Let's do it. Crazy.
That is so great. Corb, thanks for being part of this. Thanks for cheering up people's Fridays, and we so appreciate it. And we'll be making sure we plug the heck out of the album when it's out.
Sure. Sorry, it took me a minute to wake up. Thanks for having me.